Ferrari didn't just make minor adjustments, they tore up the blueprint. This isn't a routine update, it's a quiet rebellion inside Maranello. For the first time this season, they're not hiding behind tire data or technical excuses. Instead, they're bringing a completely redesigned floor to the Austrian Grand Prix, and that speaks volumes. From the very first race, the SF25's concept was flawed. Engineers Tondi and Serra weren't fine-tuning, they were rebuilding from scratch. The original floor wasn't just costing lap time, it exposed a chassis that couldn't handle real-world grip dynamics. This new floor is both an admission of defeat and a last stand. Don't expect the TV coverage to say that. Broadcasters will downplay it as a minor tweak. What they won't say is that this might be Ferrari's last shot before the SF25 collapses under the weight of looming 2026 regulation changes. Lewis Hamilton's earlier restraint spoke volumes. But in Montreal, his frustration surfaced. After narrowly missing a groundhog and flat-spotting the tires in a harsh lockup that damaged the floor, the calm exterior cracked. He wasn't angry at the incident. He was angry at the car's instability. For 11 races, Hamilton quietly raised concerns about the floor. Now, those quiet remarks have turned into clear warnings. The floor wasn't just rigid, it ruined grip. Low-speed traction was weak, tire heat cycles were poor, and the ride height was raised just to keep the car manageable, killing downforce and making the gap to Red Bull and McLaren even more painful. Hamilton has been adapting, but adaptation isn't victory. The Red Bull ring will reveal everything. Whether this new floor is the beginning of a comeback or proof that Ferrari's 2025 car was doomed from the start. Officially, it's a floor update. Unofficially, it's a lifeline. Engineers concentrated on two key areas: restoring aeromechanical balance. The previous design led to grip unpredictability in Spielberg's mid-speed corners, causing sudden oversteer during liftoff. The new floor is designed to steady the car's behavior, improve airflow under the chassis, and reduce the dreaded bouncing at corner exit. In simple terms, less chaos for the driver. They've also reinforced the floor's edges, a vital area where turbulent air can destabilize the rear. These changes aren't for show. They're Ferrari's attempt to reseal the floor at high speed and regain control during directional changes. Translation: they were losing time every time Hamilton had to turn the wheel. Insiders say this isn't a polish, it's a reset. While publicly framed as preparation for Silverstone, those within the team admit this floor is Ferrari's Hail Mary to save their season. And reportedly, it was Hamilton who personally requested these changes after Imola. Austria isn't just another Grand Prix, it's a truth test. With high altitude, tricky traction zones, and intense lateral forces, the Red Bull ring exposes every flaw. Ferrari's upgrade will face that unforgiving spotlight. Mercedes rolls in with confidence after a win. Red Bull, even not at their best, still owns Sector 2. And Ferrari? They're all in on a floor that hasn't even seen real-world conditions. The first to try it. Not Leclerc. Not Hamilton. It's rookie Dino Beganovic. Leclerc gave up FP1 so the newcomer could take the car out. Officially, it's a normal rookie run. But underneath, it feels like a subtle distress signal, either shielding their lead drivers from early embarrassment or concealing a setup crisis. Because if this floor fails in Austria, it won't survive Silverstone, and that's where development for the 2026 car truly begins. Ferrari isn't just bringing an update, they're fighting for their future. Outwardly, Fred Vasseur speaks in calm, calculated terms about improved data and performance windows. But behind the scenes, the story is unraveling. Maranello is simmering with internal conflict. 11 races in with 0 victories, the foundation of Ferrari's structure is under siege. Engineers are clashing over deep-rooted ideologies, aerodynamic supremacy versus mechanical grip. Rumors of internal betrayal and finger-pointing swirl across departments. One senior member reportedly admitted, "It's not the drivers. It's the car's DNA. We're battling phantoms." Even Serra, meant to steer the technical ship, now works in solitude, his vision at odds with Ferrari's entrenched traditions. What's unfolding is a clash between Red Bull-style innovation and Ferrari's storied past. And the past is refusing to step aside. Vasseur's greatest obstacle isn't the competition, it's the institution itself. This new floor isn't just a performance tweak. It's a moment of truth. If it flops, It could trigger an internal reckoning. And Hamilton? He didn't leave Mercedes to relive 2022's nightmare. Leclerc giving up FP1 wasn't just team spirit, it was exhaustion. Even Ferrari's poster boy seems to be losing hope. Every car tells its own tale. For Hamilton, the SF25 feels like a broken vow. For Leclerc, it's the ghost of a contender that never materialized. Now both find themselves stranded in limbo, waiting on a piece of carbon that could either redeem or ruin them. Hamilton's recent radio silence isn't serenity, it's strategy. He knows Silverstone is where the real judgment begins. But if Spielberg fails to deliver? It's the breaking point. What once were cracks will split into chasms. This is no longer about raw pace or handling. It's about belief. Ferrari's floor upgrade at the Austrian Grand Prix is more than a technical gamble, it's a spiritual one. If it succeeds, it might restore lost hope. If it fails, it will strip away what little trust remains. Not just in speed, but in leadership, vision, and direction. Leclerc may keep smiling in interviews, but his posture betrays anxiety. Hamilton might look composed, but he's measuring everything, because symbolic podiums won't protect his legacy. Austria isn't just another race. It's a fork in the road. A failure here could redefine Ferrari's entire 2025 season as a tragic downfall rather than a comeback. This isn't a development step. It's a desperate attempt to prevent the SF25 from joining the ranks of Formula One's most haunting failures. Ferrari call it a floor refinement, but behind that phrasing lies urgency, doubt, and looming disaster. Everyone in the paddock knows it. Rivals, analysts, engineers. They're all watching Spielberg. Not for sector times, but for signs of either rebirth or ruin. Because if this floor crumbles, it won't just be components breaking apart. It'll be trust, between driver and machine, between promises and outcomes, between Ferrari's past and its fading future. This isn't evolution. It's reckoning. So when the lights go out in Austria, don't just follow the racing lines. Watch the faces. Watch the radio channels. Watch who's still smiling. And who isn't. Because under the red paint, something is about to shatter or be reborn.